This is a presentation of assessing information needs. A fellow colleague was asked to identify a list of decisions that he must make within the next 6 months. Where he should do his practicum, when should he take his vacation, and whether he should start applying for full-time jobs are all decisions in which he will need to make. After a list of decisions have been compiled, the determination of important factors must be identified, collated, prioritized, and analyzed so that the decision maker will be able to make optimum decisions in the next 6 months. Important factors that he must consider regarding each of the decisions are as follows. For the first decision, he will need to consider organization matches to his personal interests. Understand that there is a limited time to make his selection, consider the likelihood of getting hired, and figure out what type of transportation he needs to have in order to get to his practicum site. For the second decision, he will need to figure out whether his job will allow him to take time off, consider the time frame of dates between summer and fall semester, identify the cost of transportation at the selected time, and where he will go for holiday. For the last decision, he will need to figure out whether his school schedule will interfere with interviewing with employers, will need to identify whether potential placement might impede graduation, consider whether he has the proper transportation to take him to both school and work, and finally, he will need to consider the current competition in the workforce regarding the availability of jobs within and after 6 months. From the facts collected, a collation of the information was conducted, and the following items were common trends found in the decisions to be made: time, transportation, flexibility, competitive workforce, personal interest, and location. With time and transportation recurring in all 3 decisions, it appears that these 2 items will be essential components in making optimal decisions. Analyzing the information further, a chart of the decisions with relative factors to be considered is shown here. The decision maker has ranked the decisions with a range of 1 to 7, 1 being of lowest importance and 7 being of highest importance. After the decisions were ranked, the median, average, and range were found to use as an index of prioritizing each decision factor. Identifying that time and personal interest maintain as the highest averages, it is clear that time is the most important factor that the decision maker will need to consider, with personal interest as the second item and flexibility as the third component he will need to consider in his decision-making process. From the chart previously shown, we have been able to identify important factors that enable us to prioritize short and long-term decisions to be made within the next 6 months. Time, personal interest, and flexibility are the 3 most important factors to consider, while location, transportation, and a competitive workforce are of lesser importance in making decisions. In this respect, time will determine where, when, and what the decision maker can do within the next 6 months. The sooner he selects his practicum site, this will help him determine potential dates to take a vacation. Since he will have the starting and ending dates of his practicum, summer, and fall sessions set in place, this will help him determine whether he will need to apply for jobs now or if he can wait later, since he may even get hired from the selected practicum site itself. Overall, this method of assessing decisions is a great tool for making optimum decisions when many factors need to be considered concerning the future.